Good morning. So if you helped with sports and arts camp in any way, like if you prayed, if you made cookies, if you brought watermelon, if you were a leader, if you were a kid that was here, stand up. All right. So the majority of us were involved. It takes a church, a whole church, to run a program like this. I can plan as much as I want, but if I don't have people helping me, and while I'm talking, you guys all come up here if you were leaders or campers, if you know the songs. Let's put it that way. Yeah. There's no out. You can do this. All right, I just want you to know that this was, and I say this every year, but this is truly true. This was the best year of camp we ever had. So we had, so let's see, if you are a teen leader who has been a camper before, come forward. Cool, huh? All right, you guys can go back. So that was probably the best thing about this year. I mean, all of my leaders are amazing, but discipleship is all about, right? Building into people and then having them build into other people. So that happened this year in the biggest way ever. And some of these kids, how many of you are sixth graders going into seventh grade? Okay, and a lot of them were here this year because what do you want to do next year? Be a leader. So that's just super exciting. So all of my team here, they were amazing. I wish you could have seen some of it, but they went above and beyond. Like they saw things that needed to happen and they did them. I didn't have to be pushing or shoving, and the campers were enthusiastic about everything. And remember, last week was very hot. It was hot. So that we had the enthusiasm, that we had the togetherness. It was obviously an act of God and a part of all of you praying. How many of you prayed for camp this week? See? God does amazing things. All right, so we are going to do some songs for you. Okay, we're going to ask you to stand up and do what you can do. There's some clapping. We're going to teach you. I'm going to stand in front of this. All right, we're going to teach you a couple moves. So one of the younger kids said, if we're going to do this with all the people in church, are they going to do it with us? And I said, we'll encourage them to. All right, you guys ready? All right, so we're going to teach you Inside Out's the first song. Don't start it yet, but we're going to teach you some of the moves. So it goes like this. Inside out. Okay? So you're just going to go inside out. Okay, the whole premise behind camp this year was that we're supposed to live from the inside out. And be praying, serving, forgiving. What else? Teaching. And what? Kind, right. So those are the things that we're supposed to be doing as believers in Jesus Christ, as followers of Jesus. So that was the whole theme. So do what you can. There's some spinning. You don't have to do that. But I'm going to be in the back because I worked on this for 3 weeks and they got it in 2 days, what took me 3 weeks to do. Okay, so watch, have fun.
Let's go! I'm stepping out to a world so bright, ready to discover how to shine your light. Jesus, you're everything, my best friend. I'm gonna celebrate your love that never ends. Hey! Teach me and show me how to love like you do, so I can lift it out, lift it out. like you did for me. Jesus, you're everything, my best friend. I'm gonna celebrate your love that never ends. Hey! Teach me, ooh, yeah, and show me how to love like you do, so I can live it out, live it out, live it out. Ooh, yeah. That's what it's all about. I can live it out, live it out. That's what it's all about. Live it out. Ooh, live it out. Hey, yeah. We're gonna love. We're gonna be kind. We're gonna pray for each other all the time. All the time. We're gonna serve. We're gonna serve. We're gonna forgive. Yeah. 'Cause following you, Jesus, is the way to live. So I'm gonna live it out. Live it out. That's what it's all about. I can live it out. Live it out. That's what it's all about. Live it out. It's time to live it out. Live it out. It's time to live it out. Live it out.
You spoke one word and the dark became light. I believe it, yeah. You spoke my name and my heart came to life. I believe it, yeah. I wanna sing about it, I wanna scream and shout it. I'm gonna sing it right now. At the top of my lungs I sing. With all of my heart I will praise you. God, you are everything. You're the reason that I lift my voice. At the top of my lungs I'll sing. With all of my heart I will praise you. God, you are everything. You're the reason that I lift my voice. At the top of my lungs. Yeah, at the top of my lungs. You're all I need every day in my life. I believe it, yeah. You're all I need, always here by my side. I believe it, yeah. I wanna sing about it, I wanna scream and shout it. I wanna sing it right now. At the top of my lungs I'll sing. With all of my heart I will praise you. God, you are everything. You're the reason that I lift my voice. At the top of my lungs I'll sing. With all of my heart I will praise you. God, you are everything. You're the reason that I lift my voice. At the top of my lungs. Yeah, at the top of my lungs. At the top of my lungs. I'm gonna scream it, oh, I'm gonna shout it. I'm gonna sing it out. At the top of my lungs. I'm gonna scream it, oh, I'm gonna shout it. I'm gonna sing it right now. At the top of my lungs I'll sing. With all of my heart I will praise you. God, you are everything. You're the reason that I lift my voice. At the top of my lungs I'll sing. With all of my heart I will praise you. God, you are everything.
Okay, those are crazy songs, right? But they're seeing it, they're hearing it, they're saying it, and they're doing it, which we all know is the best way to learn, right? And we want these songs to stick with them. So we're going to give you, throughout this morning, we're going to give you a feeling of what each day was like as far as the Bible stories, so you know what was poured into the kids each day. And we're going to start with Linda.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you also for giving me a moment to catch my breath. I don't know how you just did that. On Monday, we started out, how do you live it out? How do you live out your love for Jesus? And Monday we talked about the love of Jesus and sharing the love of Jesus. And what I did with the kids, well, as they came into the room, there was stuff all over the floor, and it was in everybody's way. And there I was with my bag, picking up pieces of stuff and putting it in the bag. And these students, these campers, showed me the love of Jesus by jumping in without being asked, completely unbidden. The older kids just did it. The middle kids asked if they could help. The little ones watched me and went, "Is it okay if we help you?" And that was the love of Jesus. So we said, "Is showing the love of Jesus hard to do?" And they said, "No." And we talked about when Jesus washed the apostles' feet. So when he washed the disciples' feet, it wasn't so much the act of washing their feet, because that wasn't hard to do, but it wasn't his job. And it wasn't this camper's job to clean up my mess, but they took it upon themselves to do it. And by doing that, they showed the love of Jesus. So what is the hard part about showing the love of Jesus? Is being aware of other people's needs so that you can jump in and be that help. So you can be that hands and feet of Jesus when Jesus calls you to do that. And that's what we talked about on Monday. So then on Tuesday, Miss Rebecca took over the classes.
Good morning, family. I'm Rebecca, and as Sister Linda mentioned, thank you, Sister Sue, for asking me to be able to share a couple days with the kids. Thank you. And so on day 2, we looked at kindness. And so I'm just going to talk with the kids for a minute, and yourselves, excuse my back a little bit, but we're going to review day 2 and look at how we visited kindness. And one of our principles for kindness was from Ephesians 4:32, boys and girls, which reminded us that we need to be kind to one another. And our Bible story was from Mark chapter 10, verses 13 through 16. And the Bible story was about how the little children were brought to Jesus, okay? So I need you to help me share with our family what we learned about that Bible story, okay? So I'm going to ask a couple questions so you can help us share with them what you learned about this Bible story, okay? So first of all, tell me, what was maybe some of the amazing things that Jesus did that we learned from our Bible story? Somebody remember some of the amazing things that Jesus did from our Bible story? Yes, can you come up and talk right nice and loud in here?
That Jesus brought the little children to him.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, he brought the little children to him. And what else did he do? Some amazing things that he did. You remember? Like maybe feeding the 5,000 and... You remember something? What did he do with the storm? Do you remember? Can you come up here and tell me? Thank you. Because we want to help them to remember what we
Said the storm to go away.
Okay. All right, thank you. He asked the storm to go away, and he spoke peace to the storm, didn't he? So when when the little children were trying to be brought to Jesus, what did the disciples do? What did the disciples do?
They didn't let the kids come in, they said, but then Jesus said that it wasn't a waste of time and he wanted to see the kids.
Okay, thank you. Yep, that's it. It wasn't a waste of time. And he said, you let the little children come to me, all right? And so Jesus was kind to the little children and he blessed them, okay? And so I need a volunteer up here to help me. Come on up. And this is, I'm going to name him Leo because it's the name of my grandson's dog. And we're going to just give him a hug and gently throw him up and catch him and give him another hug. Can you do that? Thank you. Okay, so can you think of a way that we can be kind to others?
Probably like inviting them to the table or something, like your lunch table.
Yeah, invite them to your lunch table and be friends with them. Okay, thank you. All right, so that's one example. Are there other examples that we can be kind to others? Yes. Yes, come on. You can, well, we're going to look at that one. We're going to look at that one on our next day, on day 3. So hold that thought, okay? So again, we looked at kindness. And that's what the Lord wants us to do, is to be kind. And remember, boys and girls, that we can be kind to one another because Jesus was first kind to us. And that's what we learned on day 2, which was Tuesday, of our time together. So I'm going to let Miss Sue take it over from here, and then we'll see what we're going to look at.
All right, so we're going to look at the pictures from Sports and Arts Camp. Are you guys excited? They haven't seen them either. So enjoy seeing what we did all week.
It all began with a spark. The spark caught fire in my heart. And I could see you lighting up the dark. And I was burning brighter than ever. It's down deep in my soul. The fire burning out of control. It's love and I gotta let it show. It's changing my world for the better. So raise one hand high. Show your light in the sky. We're gonna keep it shining forever. Whoa, it's brightest when we're shining together. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And in the darkness, I'll be the brightest. No covering up, no shutting down, no blowing it out. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. We're shining brighter than the sun. We're lighting up the world for everyone. No, we're never quitting, never done. We're only getting brighter and brighter. One hand high, show your light in the sky. We're gonna keep it shining forever. Whoa, it's brightest when we're shining together. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And in the darkest, I'll be the brightest. No covering up, no shutting down, no blowing it out. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah, this little light of mine. Maybe it used to be little, but now it's a wildfire. It's growing bigger and bigger and bigger. Can't shut it down, can't blow it out, can't hide it now. It's shining around the world and getting hotter now. So throw your light up, come on, raise it higher. We gonna start a fire, it's only getting brighter. Burn bright in the night for the world to see. This little light is bringing change and it starts with me. One hand high, show your light in the sky. We're gonna keep it shining forever. Whoa, it's brightest when we're shining together. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And in the darkest, I'll be the brightest. No covering up, no shutting down, no blowing it out. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna I can freely give. I believe in your promises. Help me use the gifts you've blessed me with. I know you were always faithful. Came and made a way back when I was still unable. I'll go wherever you're moving. Keep making me new. God, I want to be used by you. All for your glory. I'm looking for every way to look like you. Part of your story. My life has changed so that I can look like you. You're my solid ground. You are my smile when I'm feeling down. Help me look up and look around. To care for others as you teach me how. I know you were always faithful. Came and made a way back when I was still unable. I'll go wherever you're moving. Keep making me new. God, I want to be used by you. All for your glory. I'm looking for every way to look like you. Part of your story. My life has changed so that I can look like you.
So during camp, we had so many different people come and go. My daughter and daughter-in-law did the pictures. My son was here one day doing STEAM one day. We had Keon, who had been a camper since he was like 6, come in for a day as a leader. And somebody else came the last day too. But like, who was it? Oh, yeah. So anyways, we had all these people who really enjoy camp and are willing to come back to be a part of it, even if it's for a short time. So that was very encouraging and exciting for me. Do you guys have the verse back there to put up for the week? There it is. Oh, great. All right, so this was our verse for the week. You guys want to say it with me? Yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. I give you a new command. Love one another. You must love one another just as I have loved you. John 13:34. They all got prizes if they could say it. They got more prizes the quicker they said it. And so this is a verse, like, we haven't gone over it for, almost 48 hours, and it's still there, right? And that's what we want. We want it to be there. And we used it a lot, right? So somebody this morning said, I still know the verse. Can I say it for you? I said, sure. And then somebody else came in the door, and they were like, oh. And I'm like, yep, this is how you use this verse. You go love them. You say hello. You greet them, right? So we use this verse to teach and train them and make them better disciples. So this was a fun thing for us to do. All right, so we are going to sing a song. So everybody up. We're going to sing a song.
I see the way you live. I see the way you love. I want to live like you. Oh, I want to love the way you do. I don't wanna wait forever. I know that your plans are greater. I am ready now, 'cause love the way you do it. I don't wanna wait forever. I know that your plans are greater. I am ready now, 'cause there's nothing better, no. Whoa, and now I know. Oh, I wanna live fully alive. Oh, I wanna live fully alive. I wanna live for you in everything I do, 'cause I wanna live fully alive. No, I'm never looking back, never looking back. No, I'm never looking back, never looking back. No, I'm never looking back, never looking back. Yeah, he lives inside, and now I am alive. Oh, I wanna live fully alive. Oh, I wanna live fully alive. I wanna live for you in everything I do. 'Cause I wanna live fully alive.
All right, you can have a seat for a minute. All right, I'm going to ask the kids that were campers what their best part of camp was. And then, leaders, we're going to ask you to share a testimony or a story about camp.
Best part of the soccer.
Okay.
The drums. Basketball. Lunch. Basketball.
Soccer.
Drums.
All of it.
Drums. All of it. Basketball. Drums.
Basketball.
Drums.
All right, did I miss anybody? Okay, we had, everybody's a volunteer. Nobody gets paid, right? And the only people we pay is the guy who comes and teaches drums. And he's been doing it for 15 years. He's been here for 15 years. And so every year he builds into these kids. And they get better and better. So that by the time they're teenagers, they're still having a session with him so he can go farther with them. So it's just a really cool thing to see what happens in drums. Okay, we're going to start with Catherine because I already preempted her that she was going to say something. So you guys have more time to think.
Someone called me Mary Poppins once, so I have to bring a bag and pull stuff out of it. Okay, so my job was to teach the arts and the crafts, and I feel like I love that part because then it's just an extra way to add the Bible into it because God is over all and through all and in all. So day one, we were talking about how God's love, because the verse of the week was, a new commandment I give you, love one another as I have loved you. So then we talk, well, what is God's love like? And so we did a little craft that, well, I can't find it. So, Mary Poppins' bag is a little too, oh, here we go. So we had a little art thing where they did all the colors mixed together, and it made me think of a sunrise. And just like God's mercies are new every morning, and his faithfulness is great, and his love is steadfast, that is what his love is like. And so we just said, my new mercies every morning. The kids didn't have time to do the extra paint on top of it. They just did the background because everything was all wet. So And then day 2, we talked about how God wants us to be fishers of men. When we show God's love to others, we are Christ's ambassadors, and we help others to see just how good he is. And then we talked about sometimes loving others can be really hard. But King David said, I lift my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. And so we made mountains. And then we talked about how another part of God's love is God calls his people his body. And just as the body is made up of many parts that make a whole, each part is different on purpose. And so sometimes when this day we were talking about how we need to pray for one another and build each other up. And so we made faces to celebrate how we're all different. And then we took paint and blew the hair so it just kind of went wonky and did whatever it was going to do. And so just a reminder we need to appreciate and recognize our differences and be thankful for them and pray for one another. And then the last one, we made turtles because right after Jesus told the disciples to go and to make disciples, he then said to them, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. And so I wanted them to remember, when you see a turtle, their shell is with them all the time, wherever they go, and is also their shield. God said, he said, do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. And so that was our crafts this week.
All right, and several of those crafts, we had a lady who's been doing arts and crafts with the kids for the last 3 years, and this year, because of serious health issues, she couldn't be here. But she was still looking for ideas, and 2 of those ideas were ones she suggested. Even though she couldn't be here, she was still a part of camp. Okay, anybody else? I'm not going to make it.
Okay, so a great story I have about camp is probably it was like Wednesday or Thursday, and me and Miss Sue were sitting down talking about how I love Cheetos and Ed Sheeran. And so she was like, oh, I was telling her how I wasn't supposed to take him to life. And so next day I come in, I see a big fat bag of Cheetos on the counter. And so, yeah, and so that was like a really, really funny story that I got a really fat bag of Cheetos. They're gonna be tasty.
And just so you know, that bag of Cheetos served 2 purposes: to irritate Mike, because she's taking him with them to life, and I don't have to clean the van out, and to bless her too. So.
On a more serious note of Cheetos, I had an amazing teen helper in our group, which was Savannah. But it was just really cool to see her just shine and to be able to hype up the kids. And she led devotions one day, and Steve let her lead the drums like one day that we did it. And just seeing all these teen volunteers, I know Sue already said, but I mean, like, they did an amazing job, and they were here every single day, and they were taking care of injuries and putting out fights and taking care of crying kids and leading devotions and just giving and giving and giving and giving and being patient when they said 3, 2, 1, 77,000 times. I don't even know where he's at. Oh, he's not even here. No. No, you don't have to do it again. I'm saying, so when you hear that all day long and you still have patience, I mean, tops off to our teenagers. So they were great. And our pastor let the kids hit him with ping pong balls as a prize for saying the memory verse. So I don't know how many pastors get to do that. So we just had an amazing group of leaders and kids that really were just here for these awesome kids. So that was really cool to see.
Yeah, one of those pictures had, if you could have seen it close enough, the kids were wearing something on their head. It said, "I hit the pastor." So that's, yeah. All right, anybody else? Got a story to share?
Yeah, I had second grade girls, and second grade girls lots of times have little skirmishes, and it was nice seeing them try to work through their skirmishes based on the Bible verse and on trying to be kind to one another. So it was fun. They did a good job.
And Jean had the kids singing a song, right, to it. Rhythm thing, yeah. Do you want to try doing that?
Well, let's start with our legs. Ready, set, go. I give you a new command. Love XO one another. You must love XO one another. Just as I have
And so that was the things that were going on, different things in different groups, but just warmed my heart and made me super excited about Hannah. Hannah came 3 days, and she couldn't come 2 days. And when she was gone one day, they were all like, "Where is Hannah? Like, where is Hannah?" So, like, we're making these connections, we're making these commitments, and this is just a, what do you call it? A announcement. A lot of these kids are going to come back on Wednesdays for the next 4 weeks and help with the VBS. So if you're not going to Life, you're going to be here Wednesday, and I get to be with them 4 more weeks, which is very exciting to me. All right, anybody else got a story?
Okay, so I was the leader of the kindergarten through second grade, and I had some kids that were 4 years old and they could not read. So during devotion time, it was really cool that they actually learned the memory verse and they were able to say it by themselves. So I thought that was really cool that even though they couldn't read, they wanted to be able to say it with everybody else. So even though they were young, they still pushed through that. So that was cool to see.
I say, piggying back off one of the other leaders said, is I've been doing this since, I don't know, 2017, 2018, and this group was absolutely amazing. The students, the campers participated, but more than that, several years doing this as the Bible lady, as I was referred to, I felt like I was talking more into the leaders than into the campers because the youth leaders were so out of control. They were supposed to be leading, and oftentimes they were worse than the campers. And not this year at all, not at all. There was not one time, in fact, I was here Monday and Thursday. I cannot think of one instance where I needed to stop the presses and call somebody out. I mean, everyone was fully engaged at all times. The leaders were leading. They were leading with love. They were leading with compassion. They were amazing. I was just so impressed, and I want to thank you all so much for your attention and for your commitment this week, the leaders and the campers. Thank you.
All right, anybody else? Last call. Your last opportunity. Eric, you're looking at me like you kind of want to.
So I had third, fourth, and fifth graders, and I had. Wait, I need to talk correctly. So what I had to do was speak into them through leading, and this is so embarrassing. I'll sit down. I'll sit down. You guys can hear me. So I did devotions on Friday, and Mr. Glenn, my leader that I was with, he read every day until Friday, and I did Friday. So it was really fun, and I think that I really spoke out to my kids, and I think they had a fun time.
All right. Nobody else? Oh, Mr. Glenn.
I look out here and I don't feel bad because I didn't dance, because I see a bunch of you out here are the same age as me and up. They wouldn't do it either. But I look at these kids here, and Eric, my buddy there, he thought that I never said, last year I said something to him, but this year, every time I turn around, okay, we have snacks, little snacks for the kids. The bag is empty. So I didn't say anything, but I asked him, Eric, did you get the snacks? Yeah, I got them. Where are they at? Every time I turn around, Eric is going in the back room eating these snacks. I couldn't even get me a Starburst. But I didn't say anything to it because I thought it was funny this year. But one thing I want to say is, what would Jesus do? This is right here. This is what Jesus would do. Teach the children. Teach them. Let them grow. So I enjoy this every year. I keep saying I'm not coming back. The week before this, I said, what would Jesus do? Here I am.
All right, everybody up. We're going to sing their favorite song. This is a song that probably, they know what it is, and I didn't even say. This is a song that will be reminiscent of your childhood, but it's a whole new version.
It all began with a spark. The spark caught fire in my heart. And I could see you lighting up the dark. And I was burning brighter than ever. It's down deep in my soul. The fire burning out of control. It's love and I gotta let it show. It's changing my world for the better. So raise one hand high. Show your light in the sky. We're gonna keep it shining forever. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And in the darkest night, I'll be Maybe it used to be little, but now it's a wildfire. It's growing bigger and bigger and bigger. Can't shut it down, can't blow it out, can't hide it now. It's shining around the world and getting hotter now. So throw your light up, come on, raise it higher. We gonna start a fire, it's only getting brighter. Burn bright in the night for the world to see. This little light is bringing change and it starts
So
with
raise
me.
one hand high, throw your light in the sky. We're gonna keep it shining forever. Whoa, whoa. It's brightest when we're shining together. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And in the darkest night, I'll be the brightest light. No covering up, no shutting down, no blowing it out. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And in the darkest night, I'll be the brightest light. No covering up, no shutting down, no blowing it out. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. No shutting down, I'm gonna let it shine all around.
Not your preschool, little light of mine. All right, and that song, the kids loved it, and it really says what this whole week was. We're better when we shine together. And like all of us together shined in a way we could never shine separately. So that was amazing. Okay, you guys can sit. And we're going to go day 3, 4, and 5 in our Bible story.
Okay, let's go ahead and visit day 3. We were together day 3 and we looked at forgiveness. And again, excuse my back a little bit. And we were looking at how we need to forgive one another. And in a minute, I'm going to ask somebody to read a verse for me in the Bible. Somebody who can read nice and loud. Will you read for me in a minute? Okay. Let me get this out here. Yes, bear with me a second. You got this out right away, huh? Okay, so we got a visual this morning. And I'm going to put some toothpaste on this popsicle stick. Oop. Oop. Let me put that on there. And I need a volunteer to help me here. You want to help me? Oops, gotta keep this open. Here's what I'd like you to do. We have toothpaste on the popsicle stick. Can you put that toothpaste back in the tube for me? Oh, sort of hard to do, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you got some of it in there. All right. You got some of it in there. Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you for your help. Yeah. All right, boys and girls, we looked at forgiveness. And what do we need forgiveness from? Okay, we looked at John. Our Bible story was from John. And it talked about the life of Jesus, how he was born, and he grew to be a man, and he did some of those things that we talked about earlier. And he died, and he was buried, and on the 3rd day he rose from the grave. And he did that for the hard things in our life, which is that trying to get that toothpaste in that tube are those hard things, which is a 3-letter word called sin. What is sin, boys and girls? Somebody stand up and come and tell me what sin is. Nice and loud.
It's something we don't do that doesn't please God.
Very good. Thank you. That's what sin is. And those things We cannot be forgiven from apart from Jesus. Jesus came so that we could have forgiveness. And our memory verse said that a new commandment he gave us to love one another, and he said, you must love one another. Is it always easy to love others? No, not always. Is it always easy to be kind to others? Sometimes, right. But when we come to agree with God that we have all sinned and believe in his free gift, that's why he came to give us forgiveness, and we commit our lives to him, he comes and lives inside of us. Unlike this toothpaste, you can't put it back in, but we can be forgiven from all of our sins. And when his spirit lives in us, he can help us to be kind and loving and forgiving to one another. And that's what we shared on day 3 of our time together, which is forgiveness. Thanks for being here, and I just want to say thank you to all the family members that brought their boys and girls, because when I was their age, I had a neighbor who was a widow and had 5 children, and she used to have me over for cookies and Kool-Aid. But what it was backyard Bible clubs. And at the age of 17, I agreed with God that I was a sinner, and I received and believed in his free gift of salvation and committed my life to him, and am still trying to live for him. Thanks.
On Thursday, we learned about prayer. Prayer helps us when we are in need or when other people are in need to learn more about what we should do to show the love of God, to show the love of Jesus, to show kindness, to show forgiveness. And when we do Sports and Arts Camp, there's a video series that we play. It's the So and So Show, and you can Google it. They're on Google. They were having some traumatic experience, at least in their world, and they prayed, but they prayed selfishly. And when they prayed selfishly, they admitted to one another that they didn't feel better after praying selfishly. So one pointed out to the other that maybe there's a right way to pray. And if you go to Matthew tells us that Jesus said, this is the way I want you to pray. And so we started looking at the Lord's Prayer. But it wasn't enough to just look at it or try to recite it. As Ms. Sue said, being able to be tangible about it really helps with memory. So we're going to do the Lord's Prayer, and when we say the word, I want you to hold it up real high so that everybody can see it, okay? So, our Father, who is in heaven, holy is your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And that's a very important concept, is that if we have a non-forgiving heart, if we're not willing to forgive others, why should Jesus forgive us? So as we forgive others, we ask for forgiveness. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. And when we pray the way Jesus taught us to, how's that make us feel? Does it feel a little bit better? Mm-hmm. So we're praying for ourselves, but then 1 Timothy also tells us that it's not enough to just pray for yourself and your own needs. We should pray for everyone. We should pray for everyone every day. And so the Lord's Prayer is going to help us to understand. The older campers understood the idea that it's a formula. You don't have to use those exact words, but follow the formula. The formula is, Our Father who is in heaven. We are acknowledging that He is supreme. Holy be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth, because we know that what God has for us in heaven is what's best for us, and we want to have that here on earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Help us to try to avoid sin wherever we can. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. We want what God wants for us. And when we pray in that way, praying that God will give us what He wants for us, it helps us. And that's what we did on Thursday. Thank you.
On Friday, we did a couple of things, one of which was we studied from Acts chapter 2, verses 42 through 47, which talks about the life of the new church, the new believer, and how they spent time together, and how they were under the apostles' teaching, and they were learning about the new life that the Lord had called them into. And they did so many wonderful things for one another. And we focused on a word that, who can remember what that word is it starts with S? Louder? Serve. We talked about serving one another. And it grows out of John 13:34, which is to love one another. And so it translated into our serving one another. Now, we came away with the understanding that serving is not always fun, but we do things because we love one another. And the kids had some things that they talked about that they were doing in serving one another. One talked about how they served in doing the chores of a sibling who was sick. And another one talked about washing dishes. Another one talked about cleaning. And so a lot of things they were talking about doing in serving. So serving our family members, serving our brothers and our sisters, serving our parents, and serving our neighbors. All of these things are important. But at the end of our lesson, I had this, at the time, it seemed like a very brilliant idea, but when I thought about it, it was a bad idea. Oh, I tell you. And that was, I was counting on not every kid had memorized the memory verse for the week. And I came up with this bold thought. I had ping pong balls, and I said, okay, if you can cite the memory verse, you get a ping pong ball which you can throw at the pastor and try to hit the pastor. Now, at the time, in concept, it was a great idea, but as I said, bad idea. Everybody remembered the verse. And if they could cite the reference, they got 2 balls. And it gets worse. If they hit me, they got a 3rd ball. And I mean, some of these kids were really, really good. But, can you look. And they got to wear a badge that says, a little sticky note that says, I hit the pastor. Now, I know that when a kid ran up to their parents and said, I hit the pastor, I can just imagine the parents being, you did what? It wasn't like that. Think in terms of the pastor being over a dunk tank, you know, where they get to throw a ball and they dunk. Well, I don't swim, so we didn't have water. So the best I could come up with was the ping pong ball, and I tell you, they're still having a good time thinking about stand up. This is one of those who got to hit the pastor. Doesn't she look like she's too happy about that? I mean, just look at her. I mean, and there were a few others, and I'll tell you, you know, where did Grant go? That guy has an arm on him. Wow. You know, and yes, no, they said, well, aren't you going to stand still? No, I'm not standing still. But even, you know, this guy, I don't know, if we had some way to clock the speed of that ping pong ball coming off his arm, it would have been fantastic. But, you know, the kids had fun trying to hit the pastor. Fortunately, only 4 of them were good enough to hit the mark. Fortunate for me. And there were 2 highlights for me. To see the kids, number one, not only remembering what the scripture said, but also understanding what it means and how we're to live out what the scripture says. It's not just a matter of accumulating information, it translates into how we live our lives in honor of Christ. And we do what we do because, and the verse that we didn't talk about was verse 35 of John 13, and that is the reason Jesus wants us to do this is because he wants the world to know that we belong to him. And so we live that way because when the world looks at us, they see. And in Acts chapter 2, it talks about how the people, the community around them that saw them were amazed at the things that they were doing as believers. And the one version says that they had respect from all of the people. That was all of the people who did not know Jesus. And that people became followers of the Lord Jesus Christ because of the way they saw these new believers, these new people called Christians, were living out their lives. And so that was a part of my highlight. The final highlight, and I'll end with this, was that one kid who's not here today came up and asked, "How old are you?" I said, 76. And she said, "Well, how are you able to move like you move?"
All right, I just have one question, kids. Was getting to hit the pastor a good idea or a bad idea? Good idea, yeah. All right, we're going to sing. Oh, Bobby, you want to say something quick?
I want to represent the volunteers that did the meals, the volunteers that brought food for those of us that was under 18. So, and it was a joy. This was the first year that I didn't go outside all day. I was inside, and I enjoyed every minute of it. But I was checking everybody. I was checking the students in and out. I was with Sue. I was with anybody that needs something done. But I really appreciated what those who volunteered. Sarah was one, Lynn Camphor and Helen, and all of those that brought something for. Because a lot of times when the kids would look at what we was eating, they would say, "That's no fair. They eating better food than we're eating," you know. But and so we did have I had a good time this year, and I think I'm the oldest of the group, but I'm still here. So and I'm enjoying it. Thank you.
All right, we're going to sing the last song. When we're done with the last song, everybody's off the stage except if you're going to life, and then stay on the stage, okay?
Quick, before we disband the disperse, I just wanted to tell Sue is amazing, you guys. She has put so much work into camp. Yeah. She works for weeks before. She shows up early. She stays late. She loves these children. So campers, let's hear it for Miss Sue.
No, we like sharing. Is that on okay? Can you hear me okay? Yeah, the scripture is the greatest gift is love, and that's the heart that Sue has, and I just want, in behalf of everybody, to say thank you.
All right, last song. We're going to do the first song again, so everybody up and help us out. You already know it, kind of.
Let's go! I'm stepping out to a world so bright, ready to discover how to shine your light. Jesus, you're everything, my best friend. I'm gonna celebrate your love that never ends. Hey! Teach me and show me how to love like you do, so I can live it out, live it out. That's what it's all about. I can live it out, live it out. That's what it's all about. Live it out. All right. Living life never felt so free. Loving one another like you did for me. Jesus, you're everything, my best friend. I'm gonna celebrate your love that never ends. Hey! Teach me and show me how to love like you do, so I can live it out, live it out, live it out. That's what it's all about. I can live it out, live it out. That's what it's all about. Live it out. Ooh, live it out. We're gonna love, we're gonna be kind, we're gonna pray for each other all the time, all the time. We're gonna serve, we're gonna forgive, 'cause following you, Jesus, is the way.